Yesterday, we saw Alec Manoa back on a big league mound for the first time in a while. He struck out 3 in the first, but after that, the wheels completely fell off. Shohei Ohtani almost went 470 feet yesterday, and it's crazy to say out loud that he's getting even better and better. We had some other MVP action. Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper, they had some fun yesterday as well, and Josh Hader, he's not been having any fun this year. Houston's lineup is going to try and bail him again. All of that and more in today's MLB Recap. We recap every single game, every single day, so don't miss out. Join the team and hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to use my code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets. And if you like daily fantasy sports, my code Fuzzy on Underdog Fantasy will get new users up to a $100 deposit match. They got every sport that you can think of, daily specials. It's a lot of fun. Now, we have a huge health update before we talk about the actual highlights. Steven Kwan, who I think is #1 in batting average in the AL, he's going to miss up to a month with a hamstring issue. He was hitting .353 with a stupid 163 OPS plus, but now this gives the Guardians a chance to call up their top prospect, Kyle Manzardo. They are pushing the big red button. In 29 games at AAA, Manzardo had 10 doubles, 9 home runs, and 20 RBIs. Those are mythical numbers. I'm just hoping that he works out because we got him from the Rays. The Rays have stolen so many guys from Cleveland. It's time for an Uno reverse card. Because we just brought up Cleveland, let's talk about their game from yesterday. They made a few sick defensive plays to keep this game close for Cookie. Cole Tucker, he drove one to deep right, but a perfect relay home got the runner. Willie Calhoun, he tried deep right as well, but Ramon Laureano, he looked like Mario jumping into boxes. He makes the leaping catch, and then we had a crazy moment from Estevan Florio. So he fell after getting tagged out at first, and he pulled out a ninja move to get back on his feet. I've never seen that on a big league diamond, but I have seen this before. Jose, he hit a 2-run home run on the 10th pitch of the at-bat. He slammed his bat down because he's been in a big-time slump. Naylor, he's been slumping with the batting average, and Jose, he stole his 5th bag to get into scoring position, but like Naylor didn't need any help. His power does not slump. He has 8 home runs and 26 RBIs. He's pumped up, and so is the crowd. Cleveland must have been jumping yesterday between this fun game and the Cavaliers coming back against the Magic. Clase, he secured his 10th save of the year by striking out Theis, and Cleveland, they're now 22-12. I think it's only right to talk about Francisco Lindor now. He went from being completely useless to start the year to being an automatic extra base hit and RBI machine. He's got 5 doubles, 5 home runs, and 17 RBIs over his last 16 games. Tampa Bay catcher Alex Jackson, he's showing that Brett Baty might not be fully developed over there defensively at the hot corner. Caballero, he scores from first base. Yanni Diaz, he's having a much better series, so it makes sense that he smokes one up the middle for 2 more RBIs. Starlin Marte, he's up now, and he knocks Ryan Pepiot out the game. Pepiot took 107 to the shin or ankle, something like that. He has to leave. Then a relief pitcher came in and immediately walked DJ Stewart, so Stewart's given a free RBI, and we're back to being tied until Jose Caballero's speed came in clutch again. He stole second base. He's up to 12 on the season. He scores after Johnny DeLuca blooped one just past Francisco Lindor. Tampa had the lead for like 4 seconds when Omar Narvaez and Brandon Nimmo, they both had some singles. They make it 5-4. The Mets are up 1. Sugar, he's going to make light work of, oh wait, Randy, he ties it with 1 strike to spare. He's having the weirdest season ever. He's on pace for like 25 home runs, 25 stolen bases, but a 55 WRC plus and a -2 F-WAR. Anyway, the Mets actually went up 6-5 after the Rays committed an error in the 10th, but we're going to skip to the bottom of the 10th because Tampa Bay, they're threatening, and of course, Caballero's speed is a factor again. He stole third base. That is his 4th stolen base of the game. He has 13 on the year. The rookie, Johnny DeLuca, is up again, and Bader, you got to know the situation, buddy. Like, he's usually as sure-handed as it gets defensively. The runner scores from first base. Johnny DeLuca, he gets a walk-off triple, which is rare. Alec Manoa was not great in the first of this game, but also he wasn't bad. Like, he walked in Joey Meneses, but also he struck out 3. Bichette's error really was part of the reason why Alec Manoa gave up a run. Staying with errors, Mackenzie Gore, he's just allergic to the baseball, I guess. He could not pick it up. Everyone is safe after IKF put it in play. Now Vladdy's up, the bases loaded. Vladdy, he demolished a grand slam 20 rows deep into the bleachers. Please keep on doing that. Pull the ball up in the air, please. IKF, he singled in Davis Schneider, so it's 6-1 Jays. And remember, Manoa's on the bump. Luis Garcia Jr., he pummeled his 3rd home run. He's been on fire lately. He singled home 2 more to make it a 2-run deficit, and Winker's up now with 2 on, and Alec gave him a hanging off-speed pitch. That thing was directly down the middle, and Winker, he knew it instantly. He pimped it. He knew it was gone. 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. Alec, he allows 7 runs over 4 innings. Now, IKF did tie it at 7 on a sac fly, and CJ Abrams, he booted a ball with 2 outs, so Varsho, he's able to score. The Blue Jays are back out in front, and there's no way Luis Garcia Jr. clutches up again, right? He does. That is a huge 4-for-4 day with 4 RBIs. He's hitting almost 340 on the season with 19 RBIs. Eddie Rosario, he said night-night to the Blue Jays. He tucked them in for a 3-run no-doubter. That basically seals things. The Nationals win 11-8. Now, listen, I'm not calling for Alec Manoa's career, but this is very, very, very bad. Like, he's in serious danger of potentially getting cut. He allowed 7 runs on 4 walks. This is after allowing 20 runs on 28 hits in 5 minor league starts. Not to mention last year, he had a 6 ERA in the bigs. Then he got torched by 18 and 19-year-olds in a developmental game. What's the future for Alec Manoa? It's looking very, very bleak. He's in serious trouble of losing his job. Now, before we show Ohtani, we have 2 other MVPs to talk about real quick. First, Judgy, and then Bryce Harper. Lots of rain down near the Bronx, and Judge, he made it rain even more. He was ejected, so I think he came in a little bit angry, which is downright terrifying because I don't know if Aaron Judge has an angry bone in his body, but he goes yard right there off of Tarek's screwball, which is not easy to do. Oswaldo Cabrera, he got into one as well. It's not a home run, but it's an RBI double. Tarek, he settled all the way in after that. He struck out Judge on a check swing. I don't know if it was or not, but Judge, he kept it cool that time. Tarek then got Stanton chasing on a changeup. Then he got Verdugo on his 11th strikeout of the day, and there it is, a brand new career high, 12 strikeouts for Tarek Screwball. Nestor Cortez, he was nasty Nestor in this one. He struck out Riley Green for his 9th strikeout, so he's out after 6 1/3. It's still really wet out there, and relief pitcher Ian Hamilton, he threw a couple bad warm-up pitches, so maybe he aimed too much to Torkelson. Either way, Torkelson, he ripped his 2nd double of the game, so it's now 2-1. Javier Baez, he's up with the bases juiced. He rolls over, of course he does, but he's able to beat it out, so it's tied at 2-2. The Yankees, they also got the bases loaded, but I think having Juan Soto at the dish is a little bit better than having Javier Baez. And there you go. Soto, he clears them on a double to right field. RBIs 26, 27, and 28. You got to blank check this guy. By the way, Dennis Santana, he got his 2nd save because they called it after the 8th inning. The Yankees win 5-2 after 8. The Giants got an early run off the bat of Michael Conforto, and speaking of bats, this bat went flying. Edmundo Sosa, he broke his bat and the barrel went flying directly towards Logan Webb, which I think took his eye off the ball. And actually, it's a good thing he got out the way because that bat stuck in the ground. So again, it's probably best that he dodged it. The game's knotted up at 1 now. Harper's up, and Webb had only allowed 1 home run all year, make it 2. Harper blasted off on a changeup that just did not have enough depth to it. It's crazy to say that Bryce's slow start has still resulted in 7 home runs and 21 RBIs. Bryson Stott, he laced a double the other way for a rocket RBI double. Bryson now has 7 RBIs and a .560 on base over his last 6 games. Taijuan Walker, he threw 5 shutout after that 1st inning run, so San Francisco is still stuck at 1 in the 7th. Yes, I am setting up a score change. Tyro Estrada wanted to move that little win probability meter on the scoreboard. He's up to 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. He plays big for one of the smaller guys in baseball. Alec Bohm, he stepped up without a base hit, so his hit streak is on the line, and he extends it. He's hitting .464 with 22 RBIs over his 18-game hit streak. Nothing came of it, but look at this. Jackson Reitz, he's not played in the big since 2021. He hit his 1st career home run, and he kind of pimped it as well. He looked like Gary Sheffield when Gary Sheffield used to do that little shuffle, or maybe a Sammy Sosa shuffle. Jung Ho Lee, he can tie it on 1 swing, but he just missed the barrel. Alvarado, he allows the home run, but he's got 7 saves. The Phillies have won 5 in a row. They're 24-11. Max Fried threw a looping rainbow curveball to Shohei Ohtani. I wouldn't have done that, but then again, I'm not a big league pitcher. Ohtani, his ability to stay back and go 400 plus feet to dead center or left, I mean, it's all-time talented stuff. We saw some great defense after that blast. Orlando Arcia, he made an insane stop and flip. Then for the Dodgers, Enrique Hernandez, he made a play from left field. Freddie with the 6 scoop, he completes it at first base. More web gems, but real quick, I got a fanboy because Ohtani, that's his 2nd base hit of the game. Okay, back to the defense. Austin Riley, he backhands it, he spins, he robs Enrique of a double. Ohtani, he singled again in the 6th, so that's his 3rd base hit, which, by the way, all 3 of the hits so far for the Dodgers have come off the bat of Ohtani. So Max Fried literally got everyone out unless their name was Ohtani. Well, I guess now Teoscar as well. Teoscar tattooed a 2-run home run for his 8th of the year. One more highlight for Teoscar. He tossed out Matt Olson trying for extra base hits. That throw was on the fly, and this one's on the fly as well. But it's off the bat of Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna, he's now tied for the MLB lead with 10 home runs. Paxton, he just kind of ran out of gas. He's out after 6 1/3 excellent frames. The bullpen stepped up, and they got the final 2 outs of the 7th. Max Fried also went 7, and the first pitch that relief pitcher AJ Minter threw went a long way. But he asked for it. Did you see that pitch? Ohtani, he went 465 for his 4th hit of the day, his 2nd home run. He's up to 10 home runs, 25 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. He's hitting 365, and for those counting, yes, that's a sweep. The Dodgers, they now have 23 Ws. These next 2 games are actually kind of funny because both winning teams got absolutely smacked the day before, only to return the smacking favor. Miami, they lost by 16, so they 100% want to save some dignity. Joe Boyle, the starting pitcher for the A's, not a great idea to walk 3 consecutive hitters in the first inning. Jesus Sanchez, he chopped one to first. Jazz, he scores, and Nick Gordon, he put a charge into this swing. He goes 4-10 for a 3-run home run. This game is going to get out of hand as well. There's already a new pitcher. He allowed a few base runners as well. Josh Bell, he knocked in one more, so the Marlins are up 5-0, and I think Lawrence Butler should have caught this, but he had a bad route to it. Nick Gordon gets a double. Jonah Bride, he's actually facing his old squad. He plays Gordon on a double of his own. More doubles coming your way. Catcher Christian Bethancourt has been one of the worst players in baseball to start the season, so it's nice to see him hit something hard for an RBI. Now it's Jazz's turn, not for a double, but his base hit makes it 8 runs. Miami ran it up even more after putting up 5 in the 9th inning. There's another single from Josh Bell. Tim Anderson, he had an RBI single. Vidal Brujan, same thing. This was kind of the 1,000 paper cuts kind of game. The Marlins sent out rookie Eli Villalobos. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I botched it, but he strikes out Abraham Toro for his first big league strikeout. He was a 14th round draft pick in 2018, so mans, he's been grinding. So the Marlins win by 9 after getting beat up by 16, and the Diamondbacks, they put up 11 after they gave up 13. Ketel Marte, he has our backs, and by our, I mean the MLB The Show community. That 2-run blast was off the knuckleballer Matt Waldron. He's not getting a diamond card anytime soon. Corbin Carroll, let's go. He tracked that knuckleball all the way in. Christian Walker had to unhook the trailer. He scores from second, so 2 RBIs for Corbin Carroll. Jackson Merrill, he's probably been the best Jackson of the 3 super prospects. Jackson Holiday, Jackson Chorio. This is probably the last highlight as well for the Padres. Merrill's hitting 285 with 16 home runs and 4 stolen bases. Here comes Arizona again. Jake McCarthy, he got one past the infield. He gets an RBI. Christian Walker, he let the ball travel. A beautiful swing. He doubles in McCarthy. Now staying with Jake, he ripped another one. This time he scores Barnhart, and if you didn't know, Jake McCarthy is fast. He gets the second. He's hitting 315, and he scores after Manny couldn't make the play. Another RBI for Walker. Jock Peterson, he gets it to double digits. That 2-run home run was only his 3rd of the year, but he has 13 walks to 15 strikeouts. He's hitting 297 with a 419 on base percentage. Oh, hey guys, I forgot we had another blowout, and I'm going to kind of breeze through this one because, Baltimore won huge. Santander, he drove in his first of 5 RBIs, and it makes me so sad that this pretty much all happened off of Nick Lodolo. Westberg, he's putting up a serious case for AL Rookie of the Year. Jordan now has 6 home runs and 23 RBIs. Ali Rutschman, he doubles in Urias. He cannot get out lately. Dean Kremer, he was a madman. He struck out the side in the 6th. That Ellie strikeout ends his day. He has a casual 6-inning shutout with 1 hit allowed, 6 strikeouts. That's a gem. He's got a 1.9 ERA and 20 strikeouts over his last 3 starts. Ryan McKenna, he started another rally. He got that one to just barely leave an alley. He somehow got one over the leaping Ellie De La Cruz. If it can get over Ellie, it can get over anyone. That's another RBI. Over his last 21 games, Ellie has 9 extra base hits, 16 RBIs, and a 352 batting average. Again, he's a catcher. He should not be doing this. Colton Cowser has slowed down a little bit, so that's a nice RBI double. I think that's his first RBI in a week. There's RBIs 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Santander in this game, a grand slam. Last year, he put up a career-high 95 RBIs. He's currently on pace for 112. Can he get to the century mark for the first time ever? Let me know in the comments. The Orioles, they sweep, and the Reds, they've lost 5 games in a row. The Red Sox are trying to avoid being swept as well, and if Minnesota wins again, that'll be 13 Ws in a row. Now, obviously, this is not a great start for the Red Sox. Minnesota loaded the bases against Cooper Criswell. Nobody's out, but he gets the white-hot Willie Castro to swing over it. He chases upstairs. Then he got Santana on a check swing, so 2 outs are out now. Miranda, he dribbles it back, and that's the 3rd out. Ryan Jeffers then rewarded that magic trick with his 6th home run, and the summer sausage celebration was back out there. He one-hands it. Joe Ryan, he was very good through 3, and Jarren Duran, he's going to slap a double to try and change their fortunes. Rob Refsnyder, he ripped it to Correa, and it's just off the glove. That one ties it. Joe Ryan was pretty good at limiting runs. He only allowed 1, but more trouble in the 5th. Cedon Rafaela, he's up with 2, and there's no one on now because Cedon went yard. That's the first Boston Red Sox home run in like a week. He's been awful to start his young career, so hopefully he can build off that. Look who's back in the lineup. Vaughn Grissom. He was traded for Chris Sale. Remember, he was on the Braves. That's about as far as you can hit a baseball without it being a home run. His first Boston knock is a long 2-run double. Dominic Smith, he drove one to left for a sac fly. Just kidding. Margot missed it because of the sun. That gives Smith a 2-run double. Devers wanted in on the 2-run extra base hit action. He golfed out a 2-run tater. The Boston Red Sox end the summer sausage streak. Minnesota, they're stopped at 12 wins, but you got to tip your cap. They saved their season. The Astros are trying to save their season as well, but Seattle, they're not having any of that. They want this series win. Hunter Brown, he had a tough start. He walked in a run on a bases loaded walk to Luis Urias. Still nobody's out. Josh Rojas, he continues to clutch up. He's hitting an insane 360, which is crazy because J-Rod is now hitting 100 points lower. He strikes out. He's hitting just 260, and that's a big-time double play. Polanco, he bounces into 2 outs, so it stayed 2-0 into the 6th when Luke Raley, he went Nuke Raley to the second deck. Sorry, that's a terrible pun, but I kind of like it. That's his first home run as a Mariner. Bryce Miller was throwing a shutout, but it was ruined by the ever-dangerous Kyle Tucker. His 9 home runs? His stats are stupid. He has a 142 OPS plus since 2021. He's averaging 33 home runs and 25 stolen bases per 162. Houston, they're not done yet. They want this comeback. Jeremy Pena legged out infield single, so in one swing, Houston, they stole the lead. And for a guy named Singleton, he doesn't hit a lot of singles. John Singleton, his bat flips are so damn cool. He's got 3 home runs the last week. We're in the 8th now. Brian Abreu, he balked to move Dylan Moore to second base. Moore, he read this perfectly. Jake Myers, he has a hose piece, so you better get on your horse, but Moore's in there because of that perfect read. Seattle, they tie it, and Josh Hader, all he has to do is not do that. Cal Raleigh clutched up for his 8th home run. Andres Munoz, he's facing Altuve, and Altuve sent one far. Just not enough juice on that one. The Mariners have now won 6 consecutive series in a row. They're in first place. The Rangers are right there with Seattle. They're taking on Bobby Witt Jr. and the Royals. Leote, he's not fast enough. If he can't catch that, no one can. Bobby, he skates all the way around for his MLB best 5th triple. He had 11 last year, so nothing new here. Vinny, he skied one to center for a sac fly, and now we had some deja vu because Bobby ripped another extra base hit. He's leading the AL with 19 extra base hits already. Pasquantino, he delivered again to score Bobby, so the Royals are up 2-0. Daniel Lynch, he was great. He held the Rangers scoreless over 5, while John Gray for the Rangers, he was trying his best just to keep it close. He struck out Maikel Garcia on pitch number 99, so his day is done. He ended up going 7 quality frames. Do the Rangers have a comeback in them? Seager, he got them on the board with the sac fly, and check out this web gem. Evan Carter, he sped over in foul territory to make a nice grab to end the 8th, and maybe that pumped him up because Jonah Heim, he just tied it. That's the first run allowed by closer James MacArthur in over a month. The Royals, they were held scoreless in the 9th, so extra as we go. Nathaniel Lowe, he put the Rangers up 1. That's not even a bad pitch, but that's just a great swing. David Robertson, he's in for the Rangers. They intentionally walked Bobby Witt Jr., and it worked. That's back-to-back W's for the Rangers. They're a half game back of the Mariners for first place. There's a lot of tight division races going on. The NL Central is going to claim lives this year. If Chicago wins, they're tied for first place, and they're going to be tied with the team that they're playing, the Brewers. Dansby Swanson, he was challenged with a do-or-die play, and oh my, he made it. He's a wizard with the glove. Michael Busch, he showed off the leather as well. He ends the 2nd on a diving play. Dansby hit us with another beauty. He spun for the out, and look at this next play. Like, if you're not watching, look at this hose piece from Oliver Dunn to complete the inning-ending double play. Dunn, by the way, has 2 outs above average and 3 defensive run saves, so he's a vacuum at the hot corner. What is going on? Bush with another diving play. This has to be a recap record for most web gems in one single game. Those plays allowed Freddie Peralta and Javier Assad to give us a really fun pitching duel. It seems like the first to allow a run is going to lose. Nico Horner, he finally got through off of Freddie. Those are 2 huge runs. The Cubs then get a 3rd run. The ball got away and Nico scores. Javier Assad, he got Oliver Dunn to chase and he's done after that. So 6th shutout. He has a 1.6 ERA over 7 starts. You heard that right. Javier Assad is here. Dansby, have yourself a day. He goes yard, and Christopher Morel, he drove home 1 more insurance run, but it wasn't needed as Daniel Palencia, he shoved 101 past Perkins. So the Cubs take 2 in a row versus the Brewers. The Pirates, they're trying to climb the leaderboards again. Pittsburgh, they have to take on Mike Piazza. Like, actually, Jacob Stallings is playing like Mike Piazza to start the season. He's hitting .351 with 2 home runs. Sean Bouchard, he blasted off for his first of the year, so the Rockies, they go back-to-back off of Bailey Falter. Ryan Feltner, he was really good through the first half of this game. That dribbler off the bat of Rowdy Tellez was the only run he allowed until the 6th. Ke'Bryan Hayes, he grounds out for an RBI, and Ryan, he made one mistake pitch to the one guy you can't do it to, O'Neal, with the cruise missile, 430 feet for a go-ahead 2-run moonshot. And when he gets hot, you just want to kind of get out the way. Tellez, he thought he got that one. He had to turn on the turbos because, in fact, did not leave. It ended up kind of being like a fake home run because he scores on a Jack Sawinski base hit. David Bednar, he got some help from the umpire. His curve maybe just bit the edge. The Pirates, they've won 2 in a row, and they're just 5 games back in first place. Kind of sounds like a lot, but there's plenty of season left. So if they go on a run with Jared Jones and maybe they call it Paul Skeens, who knows? St. Louis, I can't believe I'm about to say this, is trying to avoid being dead last in the Central. After the Sox got one on the first career RBI off the bat of Brian Ramos, that was a sac fly. Crochet had a scary moment. He had retired 8 in a row before getting pelted by Lars Nootbaar in the foot ankle area. He stays out there. He gets out of that inning. The Cardinals are still down 1 when Kyle Gibson brought out the bobblehead from Major League. I think his name is Jobu or something like that, and it worked for Wilson Contreras. 420 feet later, he has a 6 home run. I had no idea that Carlson was back out there, by the way. Dylan Carlson, he ends the top of the 6th with a nice little running grab in center field. Garrett Crochet then ended the 6th as a whole with a strikeout of Goldie. 99 miles an hour on pitch 88 for a 6th punch out of the day. Goldie, he's hitting just 208 on the year. He's 0 for 17 with 7 strikeouts to start the month of May. Eloy Jimenez started the 7th with a line drive home run. He is so good. I love his swing path. The former Cardinal Paul DeJong drove in one on a double, and Brian Ramos, he drove in his 2nd RBI on his first big league base hit. Brandon Shoemake made it 4-1. He placed it perfectly. Robbie Grossman, his sac fly, made it 5-1, and John Brebbia, he got Arenado swinging to end it. The White Sox and the Cardinals have something in common. They're both in last place. So that's going to do for today's recap. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you're bored, make sure that you guys check out my editor's newest video. He's Pesky Talk. He put out a really good video on the umpires and how bad they've been. So check it out and enjoy the web gems.
Slicing drive towards the garage doors. Julio. Wow, he made
to second.
Alex Manoa.
The 0-2 pitch is a ground ball to the hole, and a diving play at first by Nevin. Race to the bag.
Don't have the wrap on, and how about that?